On the counter here, which is going to step over, boost into the space, ball roll, scoop, drive it forward. I'm just going to drop it back, get our centre mids involved on the action a bit here, I think. Just so we've got more numbers up. There's our cam, overlapping, green across goal. Nice, 1-0. The 4-2-3-1. This has always been a go-to formation in this game, and this year that is no different. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys the best 4-2-3-1 custom tactics, and then we'll be jumping into a live game, and I'll show you how to get the most out of them. Let's get into it. If these tactics do help you guys out, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn your bell on. It really goes a long way. Kicking things off with the defensive style, we're going to leave this on balance. Defensive width is 40, just to avoid those through balls through the middle a little bit more. And the depth 55, not too aggressive, but still allows a manual press. Build-up play is long ball, chance creation is direct passing. I started off with this on balanced direct passing, and it felt a little bit stale. The 4-2-3-1 I've always, it's not just for me, but is kind of notorious for being solid but hard to create chances in. Long ball just gives it a little bit more about it on the attack, I found. Not quite sure exactly what it changes. It feels like it just makes people run a bit earlier. I mean, if you read the description there on the right, that gives you an idea of what it's supposed to do. But in-game, I generally found that it just gave me more movement in my build-up. Whereas when it's unbalanced, it was just kind of like a bit stale until I got right into that final third. So the long ball just enables you to get into the final third, then the direct passing gives you kind of the meta style to work the ball in the final third. Defensive width, straight down the middle at 50. Didn't feel the need to swing this either way. Players in the box at 6. Corners and free kicks, just go with whatever your personal preference is. Getting into the player instructions, your striker is just going to be on stay central. Your central attacker midfielder is just going to be on get into the box to cross. Then your left cam and right cam are both on come back on defence and get into the box for cross. So you're basically getting the whole front four involved, and then you're putting your wide men on comeback just to support with that 4-4-2-esque shape on the defence. Your central defensive midfielders are both going to be on balanced cover centre. Effectively, with this formation, whenever I have the DMs both on stay back, it's very solid defensively but stale in the attack. Now, I do like to sometimes have an offset with where one stays back, one goes forward. But honestly, Bernardo Silva and Bruno Fernandes, for me specifically, are so good when you kind of just let them do what they want that I opted to leave them both unbalanced, and it's actually working super well. So I would recommend 2 centre midfielders that are both high work rates and can do a bit in every part of the pitch, and you'll have a lot of success then. So both balanced, both cover centre. As far as your wing backs go, they're both going to be on stay back while attacking, and then your centre backs and goalkeeper are all just on the default. This is the team that we're going to be running with. Let's jump into a live game and I'll show you how to get the most out of the tactics. Let's get into it. Okay, into that 4-2-3-1 we go. Right off the bat, let's not let his team of the year, Messi, just run through us. That would be horrible. Okay, so just here, I'm just going to let my team sort of take shape, because obviously at the start of the game it takes a few seconds for your team to actually line up as you want them to. Drive this out wide. Now you'll notice your centre mids get involved in the attack a lot because they both are unbalanced. But if you've got those high work rate players there, they will still support you on the defence, which is what we want. Drive this in here. Great run by our striker, and that's a great block by his defender there. Okay, here I'm going to be a little bit more passive because he's kind of in at my back four. Always trying to defend from the front, so if you can get these cams back as well defending, then do so. It's just going to give you more numbers when you are back here. Give him less space to work with. I think he has got a corner there, yeah. Let's just nudge the goalie out a bit, just so he has to work for it. Cut off his options here. Obviously Messi's a bit of a sticky player, so it's hard to get the ball off of him. Look, he's nabbed it back again, look. Doggy's won it for us, though. Just trying to dink that over to our striker early, maybe. I do feel like this is another formation where, when it's set up like this specifically, you haven't got to force a style of play, which is what I always strive for with tactics, unless we are going for something very specific. Because I don't like having to be too conscious of what I'm doing. I like to just sort of free flow play as I do without really having to force it, because I feel like it translates better for other people like you guys when you're using the tactics then, if it's not forcing a certain style of play. So here I'm going to work to get that width into the... Actually, no. That was a terrible pass. I was supposed to be into my striker's feet there. I was going to loft it over to the winger, but it just felt like his run was being covered really well, so that might be a goal. Good save, though. Yeah, I was going to loft it into the winger, but it just felt like the passing angle wasn't really opening up, so I was going to switch it inside, but the pass went behind him, which is annoying. On the counter here, which is going to step over boost into the space, ball roll scoop, drive it forward. I'm just going to drop it back, get our centre mids involved on the action a bit here, I think. Just so we've got more numbers up. There's our cam, overlapping, green across goal. Nice 1-0, really, really good attack. Once you kind of get those centre mids involved as well, you'll notice like there how many more players you get in the attack. So if you're someone that struggles to create chances with minimal players forward, then always kind of make a point of getting those DMs involved. Don't feel the need to rush your attack too much. Whereas if you are comfortable just kind of utilising skills, not having that many people up, then by all means that long ball will help you play really direct. So like here, I'm happy to just run this and work what I can with skill moves on the wing. Maybe ball all that back out, drive it across goal. It was a bit of a hit and hope, but you never know your luck. Cut off this passing lane here. Down, which definitely was the best choice for him, to be fair. I've dove in recklessly there. Bayer clears up. Short, and I'm going to drop this back and do a big switch just to open up the play for us a little bit here. Dink it over, nod it down if we can. That's fell nicely for us, but again, I'm just going to play it back, try and get the centre mids. He's made a really good tackle there. I was going to say get the centre mids involved, but this guy's played quite aggressive out the back there, and it worked really well for him, to be fair. Should be good out of the back here. There we go. Here we go. Once again, getting these centre mids involved, creating those overloads. Drive that through the middle. Notice how I'm not got a getting behind instruction, but finding those passes and runs through the middle, they all just happen. If you've got players whose AI you trust, you really don't have to force it, you know. They will just make good runs. Dig it, why not? Good block. But the 4-2-3-1 setup like this is the best it's felt for me in years. Like, genuinely, this formation is one that I always find to be a little bit stale on the attack in recent years, because it's kind of, the game has kind of gone in the direction of you needing to create overloads to find sort of goal scoring opportunities. So it's quite difficult in a 4-2-3-1 when you've only got sort of 4 dedicated attackers. But set up like this, where you can basically play with 6, you can pretty much overload any setup. I'm not sure if this guy is actually playing a 5-back, but his team was built in a 5-back, and we're still finding our way in, which is fantastic. We nearly got the jammy bounce back there. Let me thread it through that gap. We can. Play like that inside. Oh, it's a sloppy pass. I'm going to do an offside trap here just to push my line up a bit. Oh, I was going to say I was ambitious, but it's nearly dropped from there. My word, that would have been a jammy goal. I'm going to play a bit more direct here. Oh, he's absolutely wiped me out. We'll try and make the most of this. Commit the wing back forward as well. Create a bit of an overload here. Drive that into our striker. That's a great tackle. Cut off these passing lanes as best as we can. I'll play a bit more aggressive out the back there because I trust Saliba with that anticipate to get the ball. Right. Let's just work this inside. It's offside, isn't it? It's a bad pass from me there. Okay, let's do a bit of a team press here, so if we can nab another one just before half time. I'll turn that team press off now. He's worked into my own half. Pull Sterling to a little bit. Drop it off. Let's get these centre mids involved a little bit. Oh, Sterling was through. Oh, it's typical at the half ends there. Right, okay. We've not scored as much as I would have liked to in this game, but we always just film these games first go and we upload them, so you get to see the formation as raw and real as possible, so it's not like super polished. Obviously, sometimes we absolutely run through people, but this guy isn't actually a bad player whatsoever, so we'll do what we can here, but I definitely feel like there's more goals coming. I'm definitely seeing the openings against this guy. It's just a case of me being a little bit sharper in my attacks like this, just to get in and actually truly make the most of them. See what we can do here. Drive that space, shot across goal, good save, rebound. The cheese is real, and this guy's actually paused. Is he leaving? Oh, okay. He is gone. As far as live gameplays goes, that's definitely one of the sloppiest that I've probably played and uploaded, but like we just sort of alluded to, we'll keep it raw, we'll keep it uncut, and just show you guys as it is as we go into a game. But with these tactics, I've absolutely been flying with them, to be quite honest. Even like in that game where I'm playing quite sloppy, you can still see the opponent doesn't get in and score. I'm still able to create and score. So even when I'm not playing great, I'm still coming out on top with these, which is a really, really good sign. At the last weekend's champs, I was trying out a bunch of different formations, just willingly knowing that I was going to throw games if a set of tactics were rubbish. And I think I was like 3-3. And that's when I started with these, hit the ground running with them and finished 17-3. So I'm definitely excited to do the next weekend league with these from the start, not throwing away any games, hopefully maybe get a rank 1. We'll have to wait and see. But with these tactics, I think that both the centre mids being on cover centre, balance, not stay back while attacking, is a real key component as to what makes it overload the attack so well. And like I say, if you are struggling to create in this, just consciously bring those CDMs into the attack because they will venture forward being on balance. So if you trigger them on runs, you do sort of play 1-2s, they are going to get involved. Obviously, you've still got to manually pull them back when you are on the defense because they're naturally going to be a bit higher up. But if you do struggle to score, you can bring them in, and you've got a 6-man attack then, which will pretty much overload any setup. If you did enjoy the video today, guys, I will link my custom tactics playlist in the description below for you guys to check out. But as always, guys, if you did make it this far in the video, I really appreciate your time. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and turn your bell on. Take care, guys.